Hey everyone, thought I'd do a little video. I'm on a couple of Facebook groups, and people have been talking about like clay bars and like, oh, look at what I did here and all sorts. And they keep buying really expensive, unneeded products to clay bar car. I'm going to show you what I use. Built Hamber or clay. Now they do it a fine, regular and a medium. Okay. Now I use regular because I go on to machine polishing afterwards. A lot of people are going to probably hand polish a car afterwards, so I would recommend you get the fine, but you will have to do more work to get the vehicle's paintwork as smooth as you want. Okay. Now inside here, this has been used, so you get a piece of paper. Don't know if you can see any fluff come off it. There you go, dust. It's just chalk. And this is a 200 gram bar? Yeah, 200 gram bar. Built Hamber or clay regular. This is what I use. So what you want to do is probably, if your first time claying, I would recommend you cut it into 4 pieces, down the middle and down that way. Okay? Then you get it in your hand, like this. Okay? And just knead it. You're not trying to make a cake or anything like that. And get it warm, because it can be quite hard. The fine is a bit softer, the regular is a bit harder, and the medium is just like a brick. Okay, but that's mainly for overspray, big issues on a car and stuff like that. So when you've got your clay, I've got big hands, that fits into your hand quite nicely, left or right handed, doesn't matter. You need some lube. Now I use a lot of Wax is Dead ceramic coating, so it makes sense for me to just purchase Wax is Dead Slide, which is a clay lubricant and smells like bubblegum, so obviously it has its benefits. Okay, I don't know if you can hear this. This car is really well looked after, but it feels, and well, I don't need to explain what it feels like. You can hear it. It's gritty. So what you want to do, especially if it's your first time, is just do little sections. Don't try and build Roman the first time. You turn it on. So spray your lubricant. Make sure it's nice and wet. Okay. And just literally move back and forwards one way. Put a bit of pressure on there, otherwise you're not going to achieve anything at all. Okay. And literally just back and forwards, making sure you're covering that whole area you want to sort out. The clay lubricant will start to go dry. When it does that, do not go forwards. But here you can already see it's picking up contaminants off the paintwork. So mainly here. You see that? It's like a sort of yellow kind of colour. Okay, that's embedded contaminants. They are not going to come off using things like tar remover, fallout remover. It's embedded into the paint. That's why it feels like a brick. You can hear how rough it sounded. Now, sorry about that. So if I just wipe that area that I've just clay barred. Now listen. Okay, so an area that I haven't clay barred. Okay, smooth. That's how to clay bar a car. Nice and easy. Don't be a fool, but you need to go through your complete pre-wash process in order to get it as clean as you possibly can. You don't want to be picking up much more than that on your clay bar. Okay, if you are, you haven't done a decontamination process. And decontamination to me is obviously when you've done your pre-wash, your snow foam, you probably then want to do a hand wash, especially on a car that's not been done in a while. And then you'd want to use what's called fallout remover. Now, fallout remover is a ferrous acid. It's meant to dissolve iron particles from brake discs, iron contaminants, industrial fallout, diesels. Obviously, if you watch Formula One, when they're coming down the back straight in Canada and they brake, poof, all that smoke comes from the brake disc. That lands all over your paintwork. That's why it feels rough. So you want to dissolve that. Then you want to give that a good wash off, and then you want to use tar remover. Now there's different tar removers. Just be aware of the ones that you are getting. Solvent ones can be dangerous in the wrong hands, and do not get solvent tar remover on plastic headlights. Okay, it will ruin them. I am warning you now. Do not come crying. It will ruin them. Do not get it on plastic headlights at all, or alloy wheels if you can help it. Use a non-solvent tar remover. Basically, a user-friendly amateur sort of weekend warrior tar remover is going to be your friend unless you know what you're doing. Leave solvents alone. And then obviously once you've done all your wash process, get the car where you need to do, and then go into the clay process. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment, ask a question, I will answer. But if you don't ask a question, I can't answer. I need to know what you want to know in order to answer you properly. I can recommend different products. As I say, Built Hamber Auto Clay is readily available everywhere. It's probably one of the cheapest clay bars that you're going to get that actually does what it says it's going to do. Take in mind, as I say, they do a fine, regular and medium. Okay, if you're an amateur and you're doing it for your first time, you want to start off with a fine one. As I say, I'm going to be machine polishing, so any marks that go in this paintwork after I've clay barred doesn't bother me. I'm going to be removing them anyway. That's why it's here in the first place. So yeah, any questions, ask, I'll answer them. But if you don't ask me a question, I can't answer it. Okay, speak to you soon. Just been speaking to Greg. Say hello, Greg.
Hello.
And we were just talking about clay, about bang for buck. If you drop any of this on the floor, just throw it away, okay? That's why I say cut it into pieces. But if you drop it on the floor, do not be tempted to use it. Throw it away and start again. You will just rub grit into your paintwork. You will not be happy. But what were you saying about, obviously, lube? You were saying that you just use a shampoo mix?
Car shampoo, water mix, yeah.
Do you use it out of a bucket, or do you put it in like a little bottle?
Just out of a bucket, out of the same bucket you use to wash your car with.
Yeah, as long as it's clean, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if
they're...
you use a 2-bucket system, then you just use...
Yeah.
If you go that far.
This is true. So obviously there's going to be different things we can talk about, but yeah, if you want to mix your own sort of clay lube, you can do that with a bit of fairy liquid or car shampoo. I would say put it in a bottle and spray it on. Because that way you're not mixing any contaminants or any dirt or anything like that. I've just done that whole section here, by the way, just to let you know. Any more than that, you're not decontaminating your car properly, as I say. Alright?
9 times out of 10, when you clay a car, you're going to machine polish it anyway.
I am, but these guys aren't.
Right, okay.
So they're going to be doing like a hand polish or glaze or something like that.
So you wouldn't want anything too aggressive in the sense of clay then?
No, that's why I said I use a regular.
Yeah.
Because I machine polish cars. So any mark that I put in here to me is insignificant because I'm going to be machine polishing it anyway. So fine clay bar is what you would normally buy from Halfords or something like that, which is going to cause minimal damage to the car to a point where a hand polish will take it out, or at least conceal it. So there's a couple of different ways, but yeah, we can address these topics. And hopefully, you never know, Greg might be my cameraman and join in. What do you reckon?
Maybe.
Maybe. There you go. Check out GE Automotive.